So we inherited certain ancient programs for some reason are plaguing our relationships. And one of them is that, well, is that this person is going to make me happy. Or if this person loves me, then it's going to make me happy, so I'm going to be okay. Somehow the sense of fulfillment is through the relationship, yeah, and which is okayed by various religions and various cultural norms, but that is never going to work. That is never going to work. It's against the truth of God, basically. The idea is that deep down within us, underneath the body, and there is the spirit, and the spirit has in it love, peace, joy, wholeness. Yeah, there. So the only route towards being fulfilled or at peace or is to find the source of those things within us. Yeah. So there is what we want. However, we are not being taught this. So then we go with this sense of lack and longing to the other. And we're like, love me, give me, why don't you? And that basically they can't do it. That becomes too much for them. That is overwhelming. That will evoke the opposite response in a way that the other person is like, dude, like, it's too much. Yeah. So the dynamic that the sages and whatever they recommend in terms of relational fulfillment is that find the source of happiness, peace, okayness within. And then you'll be much better placed to have a good relationship with another being from a sense of more okayness without expecting them to make me happy, because it's not possible. Yeah, so it's then, because what happens actually is like we go into the relationship and there's a honeymoon and there's this like, oh, yay. And there is this called the placebo effect. One of my teachers told me, this is the placebo effect, that you have this high of the relationship a little bit. And it seems like it solved my problems. It seems like this relationship now, this love, this whatever, it solved my problems. But then placebo effect will wear off. And soon you'll find yourself with the same problem I had before. And now their problem is problems, and then bickering and painful hurt. So yeah, first we do our best to find happiness, fulfillment from within our spirit. Now going deeper with that is that this gets more esoteric and mystical, but I have to say that we get our satisfaction, fulfillment, and from the relationship with our true parent. So that loop of feeling loved from the universe, which is hard if we haven't been loved by our parents and we have been betrayed by our parents. I mean, I get it. That is very hard. But I'm just mark the map here, yeah? So now imagine that now you have two people who are doing serious work and they became more okay within themselves. They have less deficiency story, less, oh, I'm not pretty. Oh, do you love me? Oh, am I worthy? Oh, love me. Yeah. So you have some people that have the source of fulfillment within, and there's active, felt sense of being nourished and supported by the divine. So now both people now are, instead of facing each other like this, trying to like, oh, give it to me, oh, like, yeah, which is very unstable and pressuring. Now we have both people like that. you know, being fed and in relation with their own inner self and with God, source, and then they can really love each other, actually. And it's not a love coming from lack or neediness, clinginess. It's like it's a natural expression. You know, we have the sweet nature, and it's a natural thing, and it's less heavy on the other person. Yeah. So yeah, you're right. It's the to love yourself first, and but you know, you have to hard yourself if deficiency stories are active. So we need to deprogram deficiency stories. We need to stop believing them. And as I mentioned in a previous meeting, a practical level of loving oneself is pretty simple, is to be kind, loving, and supporting towards yourself in spite of shortcomings and fuck-ups. Yeah, to be loving, forgiving, supportive towards oneself in spite of shortcomings and fuck-ups. So then we stop being mean and beating ourselves up, you know?
That makes sense.